Hello and welcome back to another episode of Crypto Overkill. We got some questions over here in the Discord that I want to be addressing. I think these are very, very good questions. The first one is from Coacher. He said, "What made you single out HNT over the other cryptos with green dots? It seems to be having a much bigger move than most others." So the reason I bought HNT was first and foremost the green dot came on the chart last week. So HNT was one of the ones that triggered actually before all the alerts that we got throughout this week. This week we've had the highest amount of green dots, which are our indications that the assets are moving higher. I mean, you had a massive amount on Sunday. I told you guys Sunday the bull market is back on the 14th, July 14th. Okay, when I saw all these come into the Discord, when this happens, that means the market is shifting. When you get like one or two every once in a while, right? These were the first ones that really started it. XRP, VeChain, ADA, DOT, VRA, and HNT. So those came on Saturday. That was the 13th. So I saw HNT, and that is why I took my position. And you had all these follow through on Sunday. So again, when everything starts printing, okay, when everything starts showing up like this at once, that means the market is shifting directions. And on our trading indicator that we use, okay, the green dot means up. So if you're taking a look, for example, here at Bitcoin, okay, you can see the chart, how it plays out. When you get the green dots down in this area, this is when you want to be taking action. This is when you want to be getting into the asset. Okay, and when the red dot comes, that means the direction is going to the downside. So our goal here is to buy the green, sell the red. So when the green dot comes on an asset that I want to be holding, that I want to be buying for the long term, I am entering that position because, for one, I want to hold that position for a long time. I know the fundamentals of HNT. Okay, I've done my research on the project. I think they are a legitimate project. They actually have utility. They're partnered with companies like T-Mobile, and they provide cellular coverage, 5G coverage across the United States and potentially in other countries. I'm not sure if they're in other countries yet, but they had a big partnership last year with T-Mobile, and this chart is extremely bullish. Okay, when you look at this chart, okay, you can actually see there's a better chart. They were listed on Binance and they ended up getting delisted for some reason. Okay, but the chart just stood out to me. When I saw that green dot come over here on Saturday, I looked at the chart. That's what this is for. This is to tell us, like, hey, these charts are the ones to be paying attention to because, hey, they got green dots right here, right now. It's time to go. Okay, so I saw that. That came at like $3.30 or something like that. And then it dropped all the way down to $2.90 and it held on. Okay, you got the green dot confirmation right there that was the level. This was the level I was trading at $2.80, and then boom, blast off. So the chart is up and to the right, right? We're making a higher low. That's very important to understand if you guys are going to be trading. Okay, a higher low is when we're bouncing at a higher area. So this thing went from $2.40 all the way down to a buck 30. Okay, and then it shot up from a buck 30 all the way to $10. That's a 10x trade. When a project moves 10x, okay, that shows that there's strong demand. And then what happened? Okay, you can't see the red dot up here because there's not enough data on the chart, but you could see that the wave was way up here, the blue wave. Okay, and that thing came all the way back down here. You got some dots up in this area, but it ended up being a bull trap there, and it sank another 60%. So it went from $11 all the way down to $2. When that happens, right, that's a 70-80% drop. After an 80% drop, there's people in pain, right? People are done. People are tired. People are over it. We talk a lot about the cheat sheet on this channel. Okay, this is over here in the Discord. This is not fun to hold through, right? A 70 or 80% dip is not fun to hold through. Okay, that's why we don't like to buy when the wave is up in this area because we know that it's overbought and overextended to the upside. Okay, we want to wait till that thing comes all the way back down here and gives us the green dot. Okay, we want to buy green dots down in this area. So when I saw that, okay, I saw it was making a higher low, right? The chart is up and to the right, just like Bitcoin's chart here, up and to the right. Okay, you don't want to buy it when it's down and to the right. Okay, up and to the right. The reference point that we like to use is this light blue line. Okay, this is the 50 EMA. Okay, if you guys don't know what the 50 EMA is, it is the exponential moving average. So if I'm on a weekly chart, if we're focusing on a weekly chart, the 50 EMA is the average price over the last 50 weeks. So think of it as the yearly average price. Okay, so what we reference that to on this cheat sheet is the mean. Okay, we want to buy when we are up above the mean, coming back into it, pulling back into it, and bouncing. Okay, the bounce comes when the green dot comes. Okay, right here is when the green dot comes. Right here is when the green dot comes. Right here is when the green dot comes. Okay, we got caught in one of these back in March. Okay, that's why we set our stop losses. Right, we set our stop losses. You had a green dot right here in March at 62. It went up to 74, and then it dipped all the way down to 53. So that is a return to normal. Oh, we're going back up. Nope. Okay. Dip it down even more. Everybody gets crushed. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's scared. Okay. And then we come back with the green dot. And again, you're just setting your stop loss level at the candle, right? You're getting the green dot on. So the trade right now for Bitcoin is 60K. I see that's one of your requests here. 60K is going to be the stop loss level for Bitcoin. Okay. Because again, that is the candle we are getting the signal on. So if the signal is correct, if this signal is correct, okay, the bottom should be 60,532. The bottom of this candle right here. So I would just call it 60,000. I'd probably set my stop loss at 59. Okay, but I'm only thinking up right now. I'm not even thinking we're going down because I'm looking at a green dot. And this actually was triggered yesterday. We called this out in the Discord. You guys get all the alerts over here if you are a subscriber. And you could see Bitcoin right there. Boom. Yesterday at 4:53 p.m. Bitcoin is showing a green dot on the weekly chart. Boom. Okay, 4:53 p.m. So that is the signal Bitcoin is going to move higher. And when you confirm that with all the signals we've gotten this week, folks, we're in it. We're in the bull market. The bull market is back. We're thinking up. I'm not thinking down. Nobody's thinking down right now. We got to be listening to the AI. Listen to the AI and set your stop loss. Okay, manage your risk. If you're wrong here on Bitcoin, you're going to lose $5,000 to the downside. Okay, if you buy a full coin. Okay, but if we do one of these moves, okay, and you make another 70, 80, 90%, I'm not saying this is going to happen. Okay, not financial advice. Do your own research, but we are just simply listening to an indicator here, folks. Listening to the AI, letting the AI trade with us. Okay. The trading indicator allows us to take our emotions out of the trades because we know if the last dot is green, the direction is up. If we know it's red, it's down. So we don't want to buy and hold through red dots. We want to wait till we get that confirmation. Boom, enter here and then sell, right, when this light blue line gets all the way back up here to the white dotted line, or we get a red dot. Those are our sell targets. When we hit the white dotted line, okay, that's when the momentum has ended. Right here on Bitcoin, you can see that was at 73, 74K when we hit that line. Here it hit at about 34 to 40, and it just kept grinding up. So again, we're never trying to time the top. We're trying to get out when it makes sense, folks. And it makes the most sense to get out when that light blue line hits that white dotted line or you get a red dot on the weekly chart here. Okay, and again, massive amount of signals. Let's hit the rest of these signals. Oh, look at that. We just had an ETH go off live, folks. We just had an ETH. That didn't get called out in the Discord over there. For some reason, that didn't go through. Is that for real? Did that really just trigger? One sec. Oh, that was date created. Okay, nope. Nope, didn't happen yet, folks. Didn't happen yet, but I am expecting ETH here to print either this week or next week. So the level I'm watching on ETH is going to be 32. Again, that's just the bottom of this candle. And the reason I'm playing this candle is because, again, we got all the alerts on everything else going. So with how the crypto markets move, right, when we get a bunch like this, normally everything else follows, right? The big signal, which we got yesterday was Bitcoin. Okay, that one gave you the signal right there. Once Bitcoin goes, everything goes, folks. Everything goes. So in the Overkill Army right now, we are taking positions on projects we want to own for the next few weeks to months. Okay, I will probably be holding my positions into the election or into the beginning of the election, the United States election, and seeing what happens. Okay, if we're up here on the stochastic, okay, and we're way up here on the blue wave, I'm going to be taking my profits. Okay, but as of right now, I am putting on positions. I posted my portfolio today for you guys. You can see HNT, Fubo, DJT, and DJT on Solana, that meme coin that supposedly Barron Trump is a part of. But again, that's a fundamental play. Let's go ahead and check out your guys' requests here. We got Shib, Jasmy, and Fetch. I'm going to add in Jasmy. And what was the other one? Shib. Oh, I added that one. Fetch. Fetch was the other one. Yeah, if you guys got requests throughout the week, feel free to get them in over there inside that thread. I'd be happy to answer them here. We're dropping videos every single day throughout the week, going over these alerts and chart requests for you guys. So here's DSO. This was the first one. The last dot is green, but the chart is trending below that 50-week. So I don't know. This one looks really weak. This one looks weak. I don't like the fact that it did not hold its 50-week moving average. I think there's some better things to trade here. The last dot is green, though. But it just, I don't know. I guess if the market goes, everything's going to go, but I think there's some better setups that we'll get to here in just a second. Here's Shack, S-H-A-K, Shake Shack. Never ate at one of these places before. $82 is the stop loss. That green dot looks like it wants to come either this week or next week. Nice green candle this week. Let's go ahead and move that up actually to 84. If you're wanting to take a position and anticipate the green dot here, okay, you can see last time it was down here on the wave. Okay, we were down here at $54. It shot on the way up to 110. So I've never ate it at Shake Shack before. I don't know how their burgers are. Maybe we got to go test them out, or someone's got to give us some input here. But 84.51 is going to be the stop loss level if you're anticipating that dot. It looks like it wants to come this week or next week. 84.50 is going to be the level. Here's USDT.D and USDC.D. We've talked a lot about these the last couple of weeks. These are this is US Tether coin. So the whole idea of crypto is they're going away from a dollar and they're going to stable coins. That's the idea using cryptocurrency. So stable coins are USDT, which is Tether, and USDC, which is United States dollar coin. So when you put the .D into both of these, that's just the dominance chart. So that means when this is going up, okay, when dominance is going up, that means money is flowing into stable coins. So when that happens, typically that's the bear market. So you could see we went up from November of 2021 all the way up here to November of 2022. Well, let's look at Bitcoin. Where was November of 2021? November of 2021 was the top of the market up here, okay? And then it went all the way down to November of 2022, okay? And then that was the end of the bear market. So again, these two charts are very important to pay attention to because, again, when they're going up, okay, when they're going up, Bitcoin is going down, okay? And when Bitcoin's going up, these things are going down. So you could see, what did we just get? We got a signal. We got a sell signal here. This is a bear signal. This means the direction's going to the downside. So when the direction's going to the downside on USD T, which is Tether and US dollar coin, okay, both of them giving signals, okay. USDC isn't there yet, but that thing looks like it's going for a reversal. We're getting rejected off the 50-week moving average, okay. This is a very good sign for the crypto markets. Another reason that I'm very bullish, and thank you for requesting these over there in the Discord, because this was brought to my attention from your request, and I appreciate that. And we got red dots, and we're getting rejected. So this is actually very, very bullish for altcoins and Bitcoin. Looking at this chart, okay, you got a nice sell signal there on Tether. Here's Bitcoin. Again, this was called out yesterday. This green dot, it was called out at 4:53, and yesterday was July 16th. Okay, and if you guys missed yesterday's video, it's right over here inside the Discord. But Bitcoin, again, the level to watch now off the signal there, that's the reversal signal, is 60,000. 60,000. Okay, that is our stop loss. That is the bottom of the candle. We're getting the green dot on it. If this green dot is correct about the direction being going to the upside, it should not break that green candle. So forget about every other candle right now and just focus on this one. Okay, 60,000 is the bottom of that with the dot. Bada bing, bada boom. You're seeing it right here. July 17th, hashtag Overkill Trading. Shout out to the Overkill Army, baby. Let's get it. Here's Brett, BRETT. I saw someone asking about this yesterday. They asked because they couldn't see the data on the weekly chart. They were wondering what they should do. So if you can't see any data on the weekly chart, I'd recommend using our same rules on the daily chart. So again, we want to buy the pullbacks into the mean, into the 50-week moving average, and buy these green dots down here. So if you're playing Brett, make sure you use a stop loss at this candle right here. This is the breakout candle. That's 11 cents, almost 12 cents. So call it 11.5. 0.0115 is where I'd set my stop loss on Brett. Last dot is green, right? Until that flips red, we have no other reason to be bearish besides this stochastic kind of getting a little overextended, but if this is going to happen, it's going to happen. I feel like a lot of people are very bullish fundamentally on Brett. I still don't know anything about the project, but the weekly's also giving you a green candle there. So this one, like I said, folks, if we're going to go up, we're going to go up. And that's a big bull hammer there again. I'd set a stop loss at 11.5 here. Just make sure this candle right here, it doesn't break down below that, because that would show tremendous weakness. And you want to be careful on those new ones sometimes, because they can be pump and dumps. Okay, they pump them up big and then they dump them on you guys. So again, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research. But we're just here to take a look at the technicals. Here's DOT. DOT gave you the dot right there. DOT gave you the dot back on the 8th. This was another one that was one of the first ones. This one came with HNT the same day. Okay, and that was last week. So we're using that as the low. Okay, 569 is the low. So that should not break down below that level if this green dot is correct. So therefore, you set your stop loss level. If you don't know what a stop loss is, I'd highly recommend going and watching some videos on YouTube on it. Okay, but 569 is the level. Looks like it's got some room to run here. And I like DOT. Okay, that thing's coming down there. That looks good. That one looks good. That's still a good setup. Hasn't quite taken off yet. Here's SHIB, also giving you the green dot here. This one's down 1% today. But you can go ahead and move your stop loss up to 0.00017. Again, the bottom of this week's candle here that we're getting the green dot on. Okay, this one's also got a lot of room. This is a name that's tradable on Robinhood. If you're looking for some crypto on Robinhood, Shiba is available to trade on Robinhood. Good request here. Again, you got the signal coming here this week, July 15th. This one looks like it's about ready to blast off. Again, I'd be holding this one and taking my position now because we're getting the green dot, right? And waiting till this light blue line hits that white dotted line up there, okay? And this one was all the way back up at 0.000047 back here in March. So that's a pretty big move back to that level. If it breaks out, obviously it's a blue sky breakout. Here's Jasmy. Somebody was asking over here in the Discord. It was, I think you asked if it was, you should buy, oh, here you go. Should I wait to buy Jasmy on the green dot or take a position now? I mean, honestly, with the markets, everything given green dots, I don't see why Jasmy wouldn't print one here. It's got the same kind of pattern breaking out. So if it was me trading this, I would be taking my position now and setting my stop loss level at this level right here. Okay, at the bottom of this week's candle. We don't got the dot yet, but again, that could come either this week or next week, depending on how this moves. If this blasts off to 5 cents, right, you're going to kick yourself for not getting in. I want to be taking my positions on crypto now just because, again, we're getting green dots on the majority of the names. DOT has one. Bitcoin has one. Okay, why wouldn't Jasmy print one this week too? It also has a breakout pattern here again. That's a big breakout candle. I think it looks really good. Okay, and again, waiting to sell till that blue stochastic gets back up there to the white dotted line, or we get a red dot. Last request. FET, same thing, same kind of pattern here, same kind of breakout pattern, pull back into our 50, right, our yearly average moving price here, okay, and we're pumping. 122 is the level to watch, okay, that's the bottom of this week's candle. That green dot, again, is going to come this week or next week, folks. Get your seatbelts on, folks, get the truck, because these markets are about to rip. Unless we get a black swan event like COVID or something happens, a president gets assassinated or something like that, these markets look extremely, extremely bullish, looking at the trading indicator and just looking at the technicals. Those were you guys' requests. Let's take a look at the alerts. We had FET. That was actually a request there. So that went off this morning at, that was 2:58 a.m. That's Pacific time for me, Los Angeles time. And 122 is the level to watch. So 122 is going to be the candle you want to play that on. Look at that. It came back just now live on the stream. Right as you saw that. That's amazing. Okay, 124 is the bottom of that candle right there with the green dot on the indicator. Again, these green dots are the levels you want to be buying at, folks, especially above the mean here. Over on our cheat sheet, boom, the mean, we're breaking out over the average, we're pulling back into it. We're breaking out over the average, we're pulling back into it. We're breaking out over the average, we're pulling back into it. Okay, and then just setting our stop loss, managing our risk. This looks good. Here's Gala. You got a green dot here on Gala as well. Very, very nice. Look at setup here again. This one's a little bit below the 50. It came back down here. This put in a double bottom almost. It did break, but that's an igniting candle with the green dot. So again, when crypto runs, everything runs, folks. You just got to have the names that you feel comfortable about and you feel confident about. That's really all it is. Okay, I don't know a lot about Gal. I know it's a gaming play though, but I'd be setting a stop loss at 0.02. Okay, off the dot there, and again, wait until that blue stochastic gets back up there to the white dotted line. You got Metis. Metis, very similar pattern here, also breaking out. Green dot there, level to watch is 40.64. That's the bottom of that candle. Bitcoin, we already went over. 60K is going to be the level. That's the light yellow line there. But again, folks, this is looking good. Boom. Okay, last time a green dot came below zero on the trading indicator was right here in September. That was at 26,000. Okay, it went all the way up to 70. So no telling where this thing's going to stop. Glory to God for the dots and for the Overkill Army. Okay, things are looking good here. Here's PRQ, also firing yesterday. Level to watch on that's 0.07, again, below our 50 week. So if you guys come over here, we have some trading rules that you can look at just to reference. Okay, you don't have to use these rules. You can make up your own rules, but I'd highly recommend coming up with 5 to 6 rules for yourself to follow no matter what. On this channel, we are swing traders and trade the daily and the weekly chart. Okay, we only buy assets trading above the 50-week moving average. Again, that is one of our rules. So with PRQ being down here below the 50-week, we just don't want to take a position. Okay, if it's close to it, great. But we want names like FET up and to the right here, up and to the right, bouncing off the 50, not bouncing below it with a crappy looking candle. Okay, up and to the right, folks, up and to the right. Here's LCX. This was I believe we covered this on yesterday's video, but yes, this one's got the dot as well. We did cover this. That's 15 cents there. So that's it for the alerts for the last 24 hours. Let me make sure I got all your guys' questions over here. Here we go. We still have a confirmed red dot on BTC monthly. Still curious on your thoughts here, even if we have a green dot on the weekly. So yeah, I'm listening more to the weekly on this, just my personal preference, because I'm looking at the candle. If you look at the candle of Bitcoin here on the monthly, yes, we have a red dot up here, but we also have a big bull hammer. Okay, a big bull hammer indicates that buyers are stepping in. Okay, that's a bull hammer. This is a bull flag. They flushed it down. Okay, got a bunch of stops out, and now they're pumping it right back up. So again, I'm generally focused more on a weekly chart rather than a monthly. Obviously, we were buying these down here on the monthly, but I think we have another leg higher here on Bitcoin, and I think it's going to happen into the end of the year. And then when the chart, the next round of red dots, okay, and when this stochastic gets back up here, okay, on these names, I will definitely be taking my profits on this go round, because this cycle is still a go. It's still a go. We just had our first leg up, our first little pullback. Okay, but back here, look at that. We got the bull hammer, and we ended up going higher there. Okay, so I'm playing a move on the weekly chart. I'm focused strictly on the weekly chart here. And yes, of course, keeping in mind that this is a red dot on the monthly, but that doesn't mean we can't go higher over the next few months. And the weekly chart does indicate that over the next few weeks to months, this thing should end up. As long as we don't get a flush this week, and we'll keep you guys updated if this dot goes away on the chart over there in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, it's free to join. We do have a paid membership, but that link is in the description and in the bio. You guys can get access to all these alerts, and you can also download the trading indicator over there as well. But yeah, Bitcoin trade looks good. Crypto markets look good. Let's take a peek at the big three real quick here. Solana down a little bit. ETH up. Everything's just about even today. Everything's just about even. HNT was a big winner so far this week, up 31%. Fubu taking off nice. Okay, this one actually pumped pretty nicely. Let me look at the log here. I was paying attention. I pointed this out in the Discord as well. I was paying attention to this blue wave down here on the monthly chart. Personally, I use Fubu, so that's, again, why I pay attention to the stock. It's a fundamental thing. Okay, not everything is technicals. I think trading is 90% technicals, 10% fundamentals. You got to know what the project is and what it does, who's backing it, and what they do, what they provide, right? You should know all those things about a project before you buy it. Okay, but Fubu, I'm a subscriber. They got live sports. They got a pretty good thing going on, in my opinion. I love it. I get all the channels I need and more. And the monthly came back down here in September. It ended up being a bear trap or a bull trap. but this wave is back down here. It's a super low market cap, so that's why I took it. I put a small position on it. It went up 20%, but this thing could go all the way back. I mean, all-time high was up here. I mean, that was thousands of dollars. I don't see it going there, but 62 bucks back in February. So if this thing ever came back up here on the blue wave on the monthly, that'd be I think that'd be a pretty nice trade. Back to $60, right? The risk to reward on this that's 4,600%. So that's a pretty big move there to the top. DJT still hanging on here. We got our watch list down here. Let's see what the big gainers are today. Okay, we got LGV, Intel up 4%. Intel's another one that looks really, really good here, folks. Okay, monthly chart again breaking out there. Weekly chart also broke out. Okay, there was the dot back in May. You were holding. Rip. Okay, up 20% off the dot. XRP breaking out over 60 cents. This one's got a couple more weeks in play here. Nice move. I want to buy a pullback on XRP. If XRP comes down here on the hourly to like 50 to 52, I want to pull the trigger. If it comes back to 50, but it might not. This thing is just looking really, really strong. And wow. Okay, and XLM's just following suit here. Again, these ones actually led the market. XLM and XRP, I believe, came first before everything. Okay, these were the leaders. I think it started with XRP. I'm going to be honest. XLM actually started it. That was the 12th. And then XRP came the next day. VeChain came. ADA came. DOT came. VRA, HNT. And then all the rest of them came after that. So if you guys missed yesterday's video or Monday's video, those are really good. We cover all these alerts that we got over the last couple of weeks. Make sure you go watch those over there in the Discord. If you guys need me, just holler at me. Email is overkill@overkillinvesting.club. God bless y'all. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.